Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be trying something new. As you can tell, this is not Among Us. And today I'll be seeing if you guys enjoy watching a video about programming. Uh, I'm currently attending college to become a programmer, and so over the summer, over the course of 2 days, I decided to write a program that was tower defense based out of PuTTY, which is what my school uses for assignments for first years. And so with that, I programmed the best I could with the fact that every input needs to have enter afterwards, and with just ASCII art, and only 1 year of knowledge of programming after a summer off. And so I thought I would go through the code and see if you guys like it. And then after this, have you guys leave comments to suggest what I should try to program next, if I should try to program Snake or another game, and try to find a way around the fact that there must be a enter after every single input in the system that we are using. I might even switch to another thing. I do have code blocks, I think, installed on my computer, and so we might switch to that at one point, and I might even learn how to use it. So, um, in my code, I start out with all of my wonderful variables right here. Uh, and so I start by making a map of the game, which is made through one of my functions. And then I have the play again character. I know, right? Very intriguing. And so, actually, my main file, if I'm not mistaken, isn't too long. No, it's long. Okay. And so, literally, all the play again is used for is cn play again. If play again equals y, play again. Play again equals capital Y, play again. If not, end the simulation, which um, can be seen here. Let's see, how quickly can I die? Well, that's going to take a second, so we're going to go back over here. Um, so what I do here is I have multiple arrays set up to keep track of everything in my code and actually get things moving. As you can see over here, we have things moving through this, and we need to delete those all at the end of the code to prevent data leaks, which I actually haven't checked for. And I just assume that I don't have any right now. We can check later, and I'll look stupid when I do. And so right here, you can see that I have the game over messages that will send out if your tower HP is higher than 0 and you've made it through all the game waves. It will go to here. It will then check if your tower HP is greater than or equal to 0, or less than or equal to 0, and if it is less than or equal to 0, you will lose. Um, this right here, oh, this is due to a bug that I never figured out with money. And every round, you would just randomly gain money, and it was pretty funny to try to figure out. Wave equals wave true because game wave was being set to some weird value somewhere in my code. Oh, there you go. Game over. And then if I put in anything besides a Y, it ends the program. Let's see what Valgrind says. Um, that's going to be running for a second. And so, as you can see in my code over here, game is output somewhere. Oh, game is the name of this. Oh, that's terrible. Stop that. Still reachable. Okay. So that means that I allocate 7 times, 3 frees, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are the 4 clears that were never used. Okay. And so in here, we can also see that this is how I move everything through its path. And yeah, I think that's how I move everything through its path. Probably. Yes, this is, I do this every time that we are sending bots through. It will continue to move them through until all the game bots are dead through a check, and or the tower is dead, and all of these are just to get it to do its fun little outputting that it does right here, that puts it on the screen all by itself. And as you can see here, I set wave, and up here is the output for in between games, where you can actually buy towers and what the towers do. And as you can see, I am very bad. Needs chords to place. As you can see, I'm very bad at actually telling myself what my code does. But yeah, this is the main code. And this is what calls everything to get everything done if you're new to coding. And if you want more in-depth later on that, I can do even more in-depth videos on simple things. Like I could even make a quick video on how to make a hello world. And so over here, this is the output that I was talking about between rounds. You get the tower shop, you input the number for the choice you want, you have a certain amount of money, it tells you the wave, it tells you the tower HP. We have this incredibly difficult thing to get to look correct over here. And so with this, I can input and buy towers. For instance, tower 4 is 100, and so I will type 4, input that in, and as you can see, it is locked until wave 5. I forgot about that. Okay, and then it will print out the tower shop again. So now I could buy 2. It will print out the map, and let's say I want to put it here. So that means I will need to input 18 and 7. So 18, 7. Boom. And now when we start, you will see that in 18, 7, there is in fact a new tower. And then I killed all the bots, and the round ends, and I gain money for killing the bots. Neat, right? And that was the up button being pressed and putting in its special keyword. So in here, you will see that I have a whole bunch of functions, some of which look exactly the same. Like, for instance, I have place tower, place tower, place tower, and place tower. All of these being the exact same function, except that it has different towers being put into it. And if I was to program this code again, I would use something that allows me to make a single function, unlike having four of them right here, that would have them all go in as the larger tower and then separate it lower out as um, different things. And this is the printing, and it will walk through the entire array right here and print this out by starting with I and then J. So I believe it's XY coordinates. No, it's YX coordinates. My bad. Because J would go through and print it out sideways. After that, we have the print map, which um, hmm. Okay. Yeah, this is printing the map for when you're buying the towers. And this allows for you to have the numbers on there, because as you can see, there's no numbers actually on this map over here. And it actually becomes difficult to print it out with the numbers, because all of these rows have a number in front of them. And so I would need to insert, which I did here, around here. Yep, cout I, to input the numbers in front. So I named all of the functions in which the bots get shot at JFK, because at the time I thought it would be hilarious to make a JFK getting shot joke. And so I made 4 of those functions, each different actually for each of the towers, because each tower shoots differently. For instance, Tower 8. Tower 8 will shoot everything in its path, while the other ones actually have to check to see if they have shot something. So that means that there will be a check right here. Check shot, and if it has not shot, which is what this exclamation point means, then you can continue. But if you have shot, it becomes false. And if this plus false, if this and false, then it turns false, even if this is true. They both have to be true for it to pass true. And it falls out, and I go back to the original function. And so on and so forth. And here is the fun art that I did. So this shows you exactly how each of the towers work, and allows for you to tell exactly which tower you need for the job and how they look. For the basic tower, the upgraded tower, the super tower, and the area tower. And then this is what's outputted every round. And then this is the setting for each map of setting wave. And so you get past map game, and then you set what each of the waves are depending on game wave, so you know which wave it is, and then it goes and it calls the function for each of the waves that it should be. And then for setting map, this is how I build it. A fun little thing. I think this is what I programmed first, actually. And there's the giant check, just to make sure that it's all perfect. Yeah. Phew. Should those be ands? Huh. And then this is the special building that I have right here. So I built the map, and the map is built, and the path is put in. And then right here, this is actually supposed to be just these, but due to this code right here, I go in by hand and input all of those places into that area. And so if we go further down, we get the move path function, which in it allows for the F character, the fast bots that are attacking you, to actually move 2 spots instead of just 1. It moves 1 and then it checks if it's the F character. If it's the F character, then it checks again to see if it can advance, and if it can, then good for it, it advances. If it can't, it stays exactly where it is. And then I have the sets of waves, so I can tell the program exactly how to set each wave and exactly which bots to set. And it goes backwards, if I'm not mistaken. So wave 3 starts with F and then goes with, or it starts with the normal ones and then it goes with the other ones. So health 5 and then 6. No, it goes forward. Yeah. And if we continue on, we will see that we are at the end of this. No, are we? Nope. We continue on and we get next spawn, and it will grab the next bot of the thing and spawn it in. And same with right here. It will put this into the other array because for some reason I didn't couple the arrays, and it will output onto here exactly what it needs to be depending on the health that it is spawned in at. And this is the path, which is written out all by hand to trace out for the function, which is a complete new array, 2 new arrays that get used in one spot and one spot only. Let me find it real quick. Move path. I think it gets used on move. Yeah, it gets used on move path. But yep, the arrays get used right here to insert a path character, and then it checks around it and puts in these nice little guys right next to it. And as you can see, I have a bot that's right there, and he's actually right next to a path, which you can't do in any other spot except for where they have these corners. And so I did that on purpose, so that way you can actually shoot onto the path still, just, and they're rare, and this spot is actually really good because you get it to turn here and then here, but also here you can cover all of these wonderful spots. So it's also a great spot to be in. Yeah. And so the last function is just that H function. Oh. And that just includes everything for the classes, which were used to build things, and just the function names. So nothing really exciting in there. We do have the arrays for the X and Y path being built inside the class. So those could be changed each and every single one of them. And then we have path nums, then we have wave, then we have tower HP, bot track, and money. So if I was to change money, I could actually change exactly how much money you start with in the game. And on top of that, right here. This is all the constants for my entire function, and I would need to change these if I was to change anything about the waves. Like if I change this to 12, for instance, then I would have to change the wave size and wave numbers, and so on. But I could change the border character, and that would change these guys into what I insert into that spot. Nice, huh? Well, I think that's all going to be for the video, and I hope you enjoy. I hope that you guys leave a like and a comment on what you think I should do next for one of my programs. And who knows, I might even program something that you guys suggest in the comments next. And we might even try code blocks next. And yeah, I hope you guys like, and I'll see you in the next video.